I was just going through my mail and what I'm going to bring outside with me, and I saw this mushroom kit that I ordered. I'm so excited about this because it said that it could be grown on a pecan, what is this called, log, and I do have 2 pecan trees outside, and so I'm going to try that. And I also got this digging tool. I think that would be really helpful in the garden. Got my seeds that I'm bringing out with me that I'm going to start today. I was about to start my pepper seeds out in the garden, but instead I think I'm going to go into the hoop house where it's not under direct sun and start my pepper seeds in there, especially because my seed starting trays are in there, but I have my soil out here, so I definitely want to come inside the garden first and get the pro mix soil that I'm going to be using to start the seeds. But let's go back into, well, not back, but let's go to the hoop house. It froze last night. I got down to 29 degrees, so there was this.
Whoa. Like a house.
Does look like a house.
Look, there's a stick stuck in the ice.
Yeah. That's so cool. So like I said, I'm going to be starting my pepper seeds today, as well as some other seeds, like some herbs that I got. I don't remember exactly which ones that I picked out, but I am 10 weeks to my last frost date, which is March 27th. So I could have technically started my spicy peppers and sweet peppers 2 weeks ago, but I've been really busy inside, and so I figured that since last year our frost happened in April, that starting 2 weeks late, even though my pepper plants when they went out were not that big, I figured that I would give myself grace and still, you know, feel fine about starting them 2 weeks later than I did last year. I think last year I started them December 31st or something like that. I don't remember. I would have to look at my calendar. But anyway, so I'm actually going to start them using this soil blocker. I got this last year after I already seed planted everything. I actually have a bigger one as well. And it came with these instructions of how to soil block. And I'm going to read these over because I've never done this before. I have lots and lots of seed starting trays, but with this I can fit my spicy peppers and my sweet peppers all on the same tray, because I do want to have 140 sweet peppers, or start 140 sweet peppers, and about 40 spicy peppers. And I think I counted and I can fit 240 of these, because each one of these are 20, and I could fit, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8 rows of this inside of a tray. Let me show you. So I'm just using this tray right here. This is an open bottom tray that I got from Walmart at the end of the season, or not even as the season is growing and they're selling vegetable starts. They get a lot of these empty containers, and I just asked them, could I have them for free? And so if you're interested in containers, you can definitely check Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot. I even got some from Lowe's as well before. I'm just using these paper, printing paper at the bottom, so that the soil doesn't go straight through. And as I water and over time, the paper will disintegrate, but by that time I'm hoping the soil and the roots will have it compacted enough so that way. And then I might even transplant this, because these seeds are not even, these holes are not that big, these little starters. And so I'm just doing this because I want to be able to plant just one seed in each hole, and then if they don't germinate, or once they germinate, I can switch them to a bigger container. but this is perfect if you're interested in starting seeds and don't have a lot of money. Go ahead and start checking your Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, stuff like that that are selling transplants, and then they have these extra containers. Let me look over these instructions. I think I got my soil mixture component complete. A lot of people ask me what soil I use for starting seeds. It's Pro Mix. I've used that last year and this year. The years prior, I either used the peat pellets or like the Jiffy small 5-quart bag of seed starting mix, or I made my own when I started making or starting more seeds, which was just a mix of like compost, fertilizer, and peat moss is the mix that I used when I made it myself. This bag of Pro Mix did go up last year. I think it was like $12, and this year it was like $15, and it's very, you can find it all over because Walmart sells it. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. I read the instructions. It said that you want to push it into the soil about 2 to 3 times and twist to make sure it's getting filled up into each one. And then it said scrape off the excess. So that's what that's looking like. Then I'm going to try and gently get this out. Oh, I did it! My first soil blocks. This was such an easier process than I thought it was going to be. You do want to make sure that the soil is fairly damp, but it turned out really great, and I think this would be a really good way to start my tomatoes as well, because I do have lots of tomatoes, and the biggest seed tray that I have only holds 144. Nehemiah put that garden cart together for me yesterday inside the house, and so then she had to drag it out. I didn't realize how wide it was going to be, so then we had to place it on its side. Well, she did, and then kind of drag it out into outside, which was fine. We got it outside, or she got it outside just fine, and I'm so happy for it. I look forward to using it when we're moving wood chips, and then even if we get like the what is it called, the rocks, for when I want to lay it down in the garden, because they won't be able to lay it right into the garden, and so they're going to have to put it at the side. And what the girls have been doing is filling up 5-gallon buckets and bringing them over, but with the garden cart, I look forward to just putting the 5-gallon buckets onto the garden cart and being able to shuffle it from the side over here back into the garden. If you are interested in a garden cart, I'm going to leave the link to where I picked mine up from Vevor in the description box. It was a link, it's going to be a link to Amazon, and it will have a discount code in the description box. I'm looking over at my girls right now who's playing, they're playing inside the garden cart. They've been so happy. Yesterday, once Nehemiah finished building it, she immediately just started Nehemiah and Niall started riding it around through the house until they started knocking stuff over, and I had to tell them to no more. But now they're riding it outside while I'm in the garden getting ready to start seeds. I just brought in my finished, I'm so happy. This just looks so neat and organized. I'm so happy about it. I've never done that before, but it's so like organized. It just makes me just super happy. I also picked up, this is like just to poke seeds in. I got some tags, I got my garden marker, and then I have my sweet peppers and spicy peppers. I just counted how many sweet peppers I had, and because I'm going to grow all of them, and I counted 42. But 2 of them are, oh wait, did I count that right? I think 2 of them were for the Greenstalk. Yeah, I think 2 of them I'm going to grow inside the Greenstalk. And so that really leaves about 40 that will be actually inside this hoop house. That's where I'm going to plant the majority of them. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to plant some outside and then kind of like see, you know, the difference. I didn't count how many spicy peppers that I have, but I did pick up this pot of peno after I went seed shopping, because I was looking for varieties to fill up my Greenstalk, because I have this Greenstalk that I got and it doesn't have anything planted in it right now, and then I have the one next to it, but right now it has mostly strawberries and herbs in it, and then I'll probably fill in the rest with flowers. But the other one, I want to be a mixture of peppers, like container peppers, container tomatoes, as well as maybe like some nasturtiums dangling out, maybe a little marigold or something like that. But definitely more of the food production as far as vegetables, and then this will be like herbs and strawberries and flowers. So I am going to, I think that's the only new spicy pepper plant. I didn't grow any jalapenos last year because I don't know if I had seeds for it. I think I just decided that I would go without. And then my habanero never produced, but I think it's because it got shaded out. And I think everything else, nope, I have. And then I picked up this Anaheim, and yep, everything else is seeds that I grew last year as far as that. If you are interested in all of the pepper varieties that I have, I do want, maybe I'll list them down in the description or something, because I do want to, for people who are interested in all the pepper seeds that I have, maybe we'll just go through them real quick. What do you think about that? Because I love looking at all the pepper varieties. So we have a YOLO Wonder. This one doesn't have a tag, but it's I don't know, AURA, Aura, I don't know. Pimento Sweet. This one is a Glow F1. I feel like that's orange from Johnny's. I'll have an Orange Sun, Big Red Pepper, Keystone Giant, Sunbright, Corneo di Toro. That one's yellow. And then I have it in red. I have a Cubanelle. Okay, I picked up this one new as well because it was 62 days from transplant. I did pick up, I did get like a few pepper varieties when I picked up that Potapeño that was a hybrid that was like disease resistant to certain diseases, as far as, because we live in the South and it's humidity and I wanted it to produce fast, and so this one was a 62-day variety. I don't remember what it looked like, but then this one was a 75 days from transplanting, and it does say 8 to 10 weeks, and so we're right at 10 weeks. This one, I got this for paprika, to grind my own paprika. This one's a different kind of paprika. I have no idea what this is, but it was another 75-day one, because a lot of the peppers that I have, they take a long time. This is a giant Marsoni. Then Shishito produces so much. It produced so much last year. Jimmy Nardello. Orange You Sweet. Golden Cow Wonder. A Purple Beauty. I didn't get any of those, I don't think. Actually, maybe one. This one. I always want to say lipstick when I see this. A Fish Pepper. That's new. This Golden Sunshine is new. As well as this Tequila Sunrise. Chocolate Beauty. I don't think I had seeds for that last year. Golden Treasure. Joe's Big Blocky Red. That's new as well. Core Bossy. I did grow that last year. I don't remember seeing this one. Oh, it's actually, nope. I didn't plant this last year because that's still sealed. Even though I had this for 2 years, so that's interesting. That says 2021. Habanada. I didn't get any of these two. I don't know if they germinated or something. This seed packet actually looks closed, but I could have sworn I planted. Yeah, I did. I planted some of this. Yep, there's actually 2 different seed packets in there. So there's one from My Gardener and one from Baker Creek. I didn't get any of that to grow last year either. Oh, lipstick. I knew I had a lipstick. That's why lipstick was in my head. The Notapeno. I think I did get some Notapenos last year. This one. Okay, and then these one, Right on Pepper and this Yes to Yellow are both I'm going to use in the containers. One says 65 days, one says 70 days. And so I'm separating these because these are going to go in the Greenstalk. Then I also have just some seed packets like the Emerald Giant, which is a green one, the Orange King, a White Cloud. I did try to plant this last year. It didn't really work for me. There's only 3 more seeds, so I'm going to plant all of those. Banana Pepper, and just a California Wonder, which is the green one. I have a lot of those seeds because Dollar Tree does sell California Wonder peppers, and they're 25¢. No, yeah, they are, because they were $4 for $1. I don't know how much they are this year. Anyway, enough talking. Let's start planting. These soil blocks are in intervals of 5 rows, and then each one has 4. And so what I think is I'm going to plant 4 seeds of each variety and then just stick the tag kind of like towards the front or something like that, because I don't suspect that tag staying there, especially once I put it on the rack. And so then maybe putting a sticker at the side so that I know where I'm looking at it from. So if I put the sticker in the left hand corner, then I know that that is from where my picture is taken, and that then I'll be able to know the varieties that way. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but I just finished planting out all of the peppers. I didn't, you girls, you can go. I didn't, my girls are using the garden cart to collect sticks and stuff to put it inside of the raised beds. But anyway, I didn't push them all down. I'm going to push them all down now. I still do have, I thought I just had 2 soil blocks that I didn't plant, but actually I have 3. And so I'm thinking that maybe I would plant in my determinate tomatoes that I'm planning on using inside the greenhouse, because I could possibly plant those out a little earlier, so I wouldn't be worried about those getting too big before it's time to like plant them outside, because they would be in here covered. And then I could possibly put in a space heater if a night is going to get down to freezing, because I do have, like, there are sunflowers in here that are still alive even though it froze. And so that's what I'm thinking, especially because I want to use the space. And although I didn't bring out any tomato seeds, the other seeds that I brought out, I don't really want them to be on the same tray as these peppers, because they are herbs. I see you have hyssop, rhubarb, creeping thyme, stuff like that. I want them to be, those are all herbs, and I want them to be on their own tray, especially because peppers need a very hot temperature in order to germinate. And I plan on sitting them on a heat mat, which I have, that I'm going to bring in the house, and I plan on keeping these inside the house. The brassicas that I planted, they've been inside of this hoop house, and they are doing fine. We do have some sprouts in some of the trays. I do need to water this again. So if I could find 15 different tomato varieties, I might go ahead and plant in some determinate tomatoes in this tray as well, especially because they grow faster than peppers, and so once they sprout I can get them moved and then just be like a test run of planting. There are some tomatoes that you do want to, that on the back it says you can plant them 8 to 10 weeks away from your last frost date, because I did that last year. And so I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I would have to just, I'm going to first plant these out, and then we'll go and find some tomato seeds. But you don't need to see me poke in all of these holes or all of these seeds. And so this video is already pretty long, and so I will see you guys next time in the next video. I'm so happy though to actually finally get some summer crops planted. I've been seeing other people like in Texas and other southern states starting their pepper seeds, and I'm like, from like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't wait to start my pepper seeds. And so super excited. Don't forget to look at you guys' last frost date. You can, just Google when's your last frost date, and so that you can start planning your garden and when you need to start seeds as well. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.